But what I will do though is I'm gonna put the hey guys, just give me 1 second here. I'm gonna put the link of the new feed anyway in the comment section, so anyone can just swap over to see another viewpoint of this. Because not a happy camper today. Okay. All right. Let me back out of here. And then we do what we gotta do, bro. There's no This way I don't have to stop the feed. I can just continue. Okay, so let me see. Mobile, copy, share link. And I'm gonna go into the regular streaming software and I'm gonna paste it. Paste. Okay. See, what's that? See other. Did I already send it? I think I already sent it. Okay, I already sent it. Okay, so good. So the link, guys, whoever is interested, the link is there so you can see it from a different point of view, okay? All right, and let me open these guys here and then we're gonna start over. All right, I'm just gonna give you a quick recap of what I did and then we're just gonna start like that, all right? Yeah, you know, for experiments, man, for science. Okay. All right, positive. All right. Golly, boy, I tell you. It's what you got to do. All right, so what we did, guys, so far is we wanted to test what the spraying was going to happen. We established that it's not the handle. Sorry about this. We established that it's not the handle. We established that it could be the tank, but it's possible that it's not the tank, all right? Because I tried a couple of different tests. One of the tests you can try to see if it is the tank is if the clean shot is spraying, okay? That means water is making its way down. So you would test the clean shot, this little setup right here. Test this to see if water comes out. You can also test the hose, all right? Now, the hose not spraying could also be the pump, but if your brushes are turning, most likely a pump is supposed to be doing what it's supposed to do. Most likely, it's not an absolute. But so one way to test is say, is it my tank? What you do is just install your hose, okay? All right, and just check to see if water can come out of the hose. All right, so let me put the original tank back on because we were having a little problem with the front spraying, right? So let's test it real quick. Let me turn it on. Well, I'm not going to pick anything up, so I don't have to worry about this guy too much. All right, let's turn it on, and I unplugged it, guys. I'm sorry. Give me a second. All right, and let's see if the water, if this is doing its job, that means this guy should work. And if this is not doing its job, then no water should come out of here. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's turn it on. So the tank is doing its job for the most part. For the most part, the tank is doing its job. Something is going on that's stopping the water from flowing down to the base of the unit the way it's supposed to. Because when you press this trigger, it's supposed to hit this spring valve, and it's supposed to release the water for the floor. The water automatically releases, the moment you hit this on here, the water automatically releases for the hose and for the clean shot. Okay? Automatically. The moment you sit it down, water's flowing down and it's waiting for you to do this. Okay? It's just waiting. All right? I can probably, honestly, no, it's probably not going to work the same because you need the pump to kind of force it out. It might drip out. You see what I'm saying? But you need the pump to force it this way. You see what I'm saying? Okay? So, let's open it up. Let's open it up. Let's see what the hell's going on. Because it is kind of a mystery. it is a mystery right now. Okay, yeah, it's a mystery, and I'm a little baffled myself. So I'm gonna have to find out along with you as I'm going along this journey. I'm finding out along with you what the hell is going on in here. Okay, because I can't give you a definite answer because I don't know right now, honestly. So yeah, but I tuned in so because I thought you were supposed to know. No, man, dude, I don't know. Just like the mechanic, unless he opens up the motor, you know, he hears a noise, he has a suspicion, but until he opens up that motor, he really don't know what's causing whatever that problem is. He suspects, right? And there are many times I go in. If you notice what I'm doing here, I'm just kind of clip, 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 clip. I'm just putting my little flat head and I'm going like this, okay, around. All right, and I'm gonna do the same here, but I like to start from the back and work my way around this way, okay? All right, and you can find your own method, but for me, it seems to work better if I start from the back, and all I'm doing is shimmying it around the sides, all right? Just pop, pop, pop. Okay. Now, don't force it too much because you can break the side here, okay? Now, I have a lot of videos on these guys, so the reason I'm making this again is because I got more questions on it again, and I figured, you know what? I got this machine in here. Let me just take advantage of this opportunity and just kind of run through it, okay? All right, kind of don't want to take too long, so just let me see if I can use a little drill here. And when you're using drills, you're going to need a long screwdriver back here. Because yeah, it's deep down in there. Okay. Here's a long one. I'm just gonna use the handheld. Hey, Brienne, what's wrong with it? Oh, okay. It's not. Well, the floor is not spraying properly, and I had one of these. You know, funny, Brienne. We had a problem yesterday. Person was asking about leaking. This came in yesterday. The problem is spraying, and I said, man, it's a win-win. Let me just cover it one more time, but I'm covering it from a different angle. And so I'm just giving it a shot. But it's a spraying issue. First part of my troubleshoot was to figure out, is the water making its way down, right? So this clean shot works. That means water is making its way down. I'm gonna tell you why, right? The hose work. That means the water is making its way down, right? So why isn't the water making its way down for the floor? Well, we're gonna find out in a second. Okay, that's the mystery right now. We're gonna find out. All right, here we go. Oh, hey Brienne, I had a question for you now. Imagine that you're in a boat in the middle of the sea. Suddenly you're surrounded by hungry sharks, just waiting to feed on you. How can you put an end to this? Yeah, it could be the diverter area. Yep. Let's see what we're talking about. Did you get that riddle there? Okay. So imagine you're in a boat in the middle of the sea. Suddenly, you're surrounded by a hungry shark just waiting to feed on you. How can you put an end to this? That is the riddle. That is the riddle. All right, so here we go, folks. Here we go. Now, if you're at home and you're wanting to test the floor issue with the floor, the spraying issue with the floor, this is what you can do. Okay? You can disconnect this section right here. Let me see if everybody else can see it. Hold on, let me move this out the way. Let me move this picture out the way. All right, hold on. Actually, you don't even need to see this picture at all. Okay, transition. This is the stack. This is called a stack. Move it closer to you guys over here. This is called a stack. This white thing here. the top of the stack is connected to a vacuum. Okay. When I say vacuum, the suction is in this section. So it's kind of shearing some of that suction power from the motor to help power the stack and build pressure inside the stack. All right. If you notice that there are two tubes that are coming down connecting to this big guy. Two of them, a small one and a big one. You probably can't see it quite because there's so much stuff here, but I'm going to separate this right now. This is the main water line for the floor. I'm going to separate it right now from this thing because we want to test is the water flowing, right? So I'm gonna separate this. Try to pull it at the same time. Come on. Now I don't want to pull too hard because you don't want it to rip here. That's why I go underneath and I'm putting this flathead underneath here because it'll do that to you. All of a sudden you're pulling it and you just pull the whole thing apart. You're like, what the hell happened? What did I do? Okay, here you go. All right, so it's here. So this is the tubing that controls the water that flows to the floor. This is the flow right here. See that? Okay. And there are two tubings that are connected to it. There's a light one and there's a heavy one. The heavy one is when this is in the max position. Or maybe both of them flows in max. See that? And when it's all the way down here, when this is, oh gosh, the guys can't see it up. You guys can't see it up here. Okay, when this is all the way at the bottom, the light one is what's controlling the water flow. So it's just kind of dripping out. So you have two tubing. You have heavy and you have light. Now, the other tubing that's coming down, if you notice, there's another one coming out of here. And this is for the stack that controls the hose and controls the clean shot. So this one automatically flows the moment you put your tank on it. All right, so we get that. Oh, I just ripped my glove. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this little cup right here. All right, and we're gonna catch the water the moment I put the moment I squeeze the trigger. Okay? All right, let's plug it in. I'm hoping I'm explaining this right because, you know, you're trying to explain this thing, and the best way is if you can do it, if you can explain it as simple as possible, then you're doing a good job. Let's see if everybody can see. Now I'm going to turn this down. Okay? And we have this right here because I'm trying to collect this water, right? So I'm going to turn this on. Man, this is still suspect. This is still suspect. Let me move this to the side, right? And let me bring the one I had up here yesterday, and I want to compare the difference with the water flow. And you guys tell me if something is right or wrong, okay? So let me take this down, right? And that is the advantage of me having this, because you may not be able to do this. But being that I can do it, right? This is the old school Bissell Revolution. Everything is the same except for the stack. So I'm gonna do the same thing, okay? All right, I'm gonna separate this. I want to see the water flow because I don't know. I'm not totally convinced right now. All right, if it's the same, then hey, we don't have a problem. Something is something else. Maybe I'm imagining things. I'm going to use the same tank because this is the tank for this unit here. Okay? But I'm going to use the same tank. Ooh, that's dirty water. I'm gonna use the same tank, okay? And I don't even think I need to turn it on, honestly. Let me see something. Can you see? All right, I'm squeezing the trigger now. See how it's flowing? That's a different flow, guys. You see how that's flowing? That's how it's supposed to flow. Okay, so it's confirmed. Stop imagining. You're absolutely right. And Winston Williams. Hey, man, a fellow Williams. Yeah. Well, hey, Winston. I have a friend named Winston, by the way. Yes. If I was in water with a shark, yeah. I'm honestly, I'll either be in bed dreaming, yeah, I'll probably be dead. I am not a heavy sea swimmer. I can swim in the pool, but when it comes to the sea, that's not part of the growing up that I had when I was a kid. That wasn't it. My friends knew how to swim. They can jump off lakes and into the pools and into the lakes and they'll go swimming. The beach was like 25 minutes from the house, right? But nah, man, I wasn't putting my head under that water. All right, I don't know what the hell happened to me as a kid with that. But anyway, Winston. So I think we confirmed that there's something wrong with the water flow with this. Okay. So how am I going to tackle this? All right. What time do I have? All right. Well, let's see. All right. Whoa, hey. All right. The first thing I'm going to do to tackle this, guys, is honestly, I didn't see anything wrong with the trigger, but I am going to test the trigger. So that means I'm going to remove this handle, and I'm going to try something. Okay. All right. I'm going to remove the handle, and I'm going to try something. All right. Here we go. Because that's the first step, is to remove the handle. So let's see if we can pull this up. Hold on. Actually, you know what? Wait, time out. Just to be on the safe side, I believe I'm set with the handle, but sometimes I forget things, and this might be an issue here. So let me, just in case, I'm not going to take any chances that this has anything to do with it. It may not, but I just didn't want to take a chance. Come on, man. I've been really weak lately, guys. I don't know what the deal is. Here we go. I'm trying to get this clip out of the handle so I can pull it up. All right, you know what? Screw this. Let me put it on the ground. Give me a second, folks. Because I think I'm going to have to remove the stuff from around the sides also, and I want to use some leverage on my side, okay? Give me a second. I want to get some leverage on my side, guys. And you know what's funny? When you haven't been in this in a while, you kind of wonder, it's like, wait a second, was I supposed to? Yes, of course, I'm doing it wrong. Golly. I tell you, when you stop doing things for a while, I haven't worked on this for a while, I haven't taken it this far in a while, I forgot what I had to do. And all of a sudden, while I'm doing it, it all comes back to memory. I got to pull this out first. It comes back to your memory, and the handle comes up so easy. So that means if you're home having a tough time with this, don't feel bad. Because you see, I actually have more experience working on this than a lot of people, and I'm still stumbling over myself. All right, so now, oh my gosh. All right, Brian. So here we go. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to press down on the valve here to see if it changes anything. Okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the tank back on, over here. I know it seems long and thing, but hey, man, look. If you want it done right, we want to do it right, okay? And it's a process, so you're watching the process, right? So now what I'm gonna do before I open anything, I'm not going inside yet. It could be the one of the hoses could be crimped, you know, who knows? It could be like something, you know, one of the hoses like this. I don't know, right? But let me try pressing this trigger on my own first, okay? Where's my cup? So I'm gonna press the trigger on my own with the screwdriver. I'm just pressing. I'm just sticking this in and pressing down. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let's get my cup for my water. Do I have enough water in here? Let's do this. Let's pass this up. Let's put this in here. All right. I'm refilling the water. All right. Again, that was pretty quick, though. That was pretty quick. All right, and let me get my thing. Like I said, I don't think I need to start it. I just need to press down. All right, let's go. Turn it on and go. Look at that. You see how it's spraying? It's spraying like no problem. Okay. Oh, it's still leaking. Come on, stop leaking. It's spraying like no problem, guys. So what do you think? Hey, Truth. Yeah, I know. I get irritated too. But it's part of the job, so I gotta stick it out, you know? So what do you think it is? What do you think the problem is? Because I just pressed down on it. Let me try this. I'm gonna put the handle in again without the screw, and I want to give it a shot. All right, I'm gonna put the handle in one time. Now I'm gonna test the handle. So what I'm gonna do with the handle, the way I'm gonna test it, is I'm going to squeeze the trigger, and I'm gonna put my finger here, and I'm gonna see if this thing pushes down on my finger. Okay. Okay, so the trigger's working. I'm going to stick my hand in here one more time. My hand. I'm going to stick this in here one more time. I'm going to try it again. And I took the screw out. I'm going to try it again, and we're going to see what happens. You ready? Squeeze. It's definitely better than the first time. It's definitely better than the first time. Any ideas? It seemed better than the first time, didn't it? Let me try it again. You know what? No. Let me try my screwdriver again. Let me try the screwdriver one more time. And see if there's an actual difference in what we saw. Because it's hard to see. It's hard to see. So I'm just gonna do it one more time and see if there's a difference. I'm gonna put my screwdriver in again. I'm gonna press down on my screwdriver. Cover my stuff. And let's see if there's a difference in the flow. All right? Hey, Truth. Yeah, it seems functioning, right? You know what? I'm going to switch the handle out completely. The handle seemed to be working, but I'm going to switch this handle out completely, and I'm going to see if I get a different result. Okay? I'm going to switch out this handle completely. Let's see if I have another one. What is this? 1, 2. Yep, I have another handle back here. I think I have the same color too. Is this the same handle? No. Different color, but I have another handle. All right? different color handle. All right. Different color handle, but all right. It's fine. We know the tank is not the problem. The other tank fell, but it's okay. So we know the tank is not the problem. All right. So here we go. Let's try this water thing again with a different handle altogether. Gosh, I don't want too much of it to spill, guys. Give me a second. All right. One more time. One more time. For science. All right, breathe. Let's do it. One more time. Interesting. 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 This handle did better. I really do think this handle did better than the other one. What do you guys think? Does the water tank work off the gravity? Yes, gravity. The water tank only, the pump only works for the hose. The pump only works for the hose. Yeah, the pump only works for the hose. This handle actually works better. Okay. Let me open this tank. Let me open the handle of this tank. Let me open up the handle because the handle seems to have been working. It seemed to be working, but something is not 100% with this handle. Something's not 100% with this handle. And I would need a purple handle. Well, maybe not. Maybe. Golly, man. Do I have a thinner screwdriver? Do I have a thinner screwdriver? Come on. It's tight, guys, and I don't want to spend 20 minutes unscrewing this thing. Where's my drill bits? I need a thinner drill bit. Let me see something. No, this is not good. Come on, baby. See? Nope. Need one just the right size, but thin enough to kind of nuzzle inside these. This might do it, because this one's not really doing a good job. So let's see. Perfect. Okay, I want to see this handle. I want to see the trigger. Okay. The trigger's fine. Trigger seems fine. Sounds simple levers. Just such a simple lever, man. It has a function here. It seems fine, but for some reason, the other one seems to be functioning better than this. What do you think? And put them in the purple one. Hey, truth. That's how we think. Your brain is right. That is how we think. That is how we think. What I would have liked to do was just remove the damn purple handle and put in the other one, because it's tougher to do this. It's tougher. This is a tougher sell to just pull these out, because you still have to remove this purple. So if I was going to remove the purple, I would just pop it like that. You know what? Let me check the back and see if I have a purple handle. If I have a purple handle, it's an easy swap out. But the handle doesn't show any physical. It doesn't show anything physical. And a black handle would work too, because it's neutral. Here we go. I got a black handle. I have a black handle. A black handle is neutral. So a black handle would actually work perfect. It's the neutral replacement part. So let me test this out. And if the black handle works just like the light blue here, then I'll keep the black handle. And that will be my new best friend for this repair. But again, you don't see any physical damage to this handle. That's the thing. Normally it will be broken or something, and you know, but something is not right. So I can't pinpoint it. And it could also be that it could also be the way these guys interact with. It could be this too. It could be this. Honestly, so we'll see. Okay, so let's get it back up here, and we're going to test it one more time, and if it works, then problem solved. All right. Okay, let's go. One more time. All right, so we're going to remove the handle again. One last little test. We're going to put in our black handle. Okay. It's neutral color scheme, right? We're going to put this guy back on again. All right, we're going to get our cup one more time for science, right? And then we'll squeeze and we'll see if we have a strong, robust flow. All right, and 1, 2, 3, squeeze. And it's spitting out. Because if it was like this, that's not good. You see that right there? It needs to be popping out like that. Okay, so that's it, guys. Problem solved, at least for now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the skirt back on, that skirty thing, and I'm gonna put the the hood and all that good stuff back on, and let's see if the problem remains fixed. All right, because we don't want to make any assumptions yet. So let's put this guy back in. Okay. Now, here's something that I noticed. I don't know if it's an issue that needs to be focused, but the screw looked like it went too far out. I don't know if anyone can see this properly. Anyone who's on that screen can see it. See a little white thing sticking out there? See a little white thing? That's the screw making its way through the plastic. Now, it's not supposed to go that far, okay? I don't know if that could be part of the issue, okay? It's not supposed to go that far. And I'm not sure if it has an impact on the way the tank sits on this. If it kind of, like, you ever had something sticking in your back when you're trying to drive, or you put those seats and kind of pushes your back? I don't know. I'm not gonna leave this like this. I'm gonna try to melt it in or mash it in or whatever, because who knows? That could also impact the way this sits on this. Okay. All right. Anyway. Hernandez, nice. I have the same vacuum and similar problem. I'm giving it a try. Yes, yeah, of course. Do that. All right. So let me put this in. Let me see something. I really do think that thing went too far, man. What do I have that can heat up? I think I have a soldering iron here. I think I have a soldering iron, but I can't find it right now. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if hot air can heat up a metal piece that I have, right? And then I'm going to press it on this plastic and see if I can smoosh it in. Is that a word? Okay? Because I think I have a sneaky suspicion this is an issue that needs to be addressed. Okay? So let's see if the hot air can do it, because you know this thing gets very hot. It does. It gets very hot. So let's try this. All right. What do I have? I need a piece of metal that I can heat up, and I'm not gonna worry about it. Anything happening to it. Okay, this. It might work, it might not. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm gonna try, okay? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna lean up against this, turn this on. Let's see if I can get this real hot. Let's see if hot air can do the job. You never know, it might work. It might work. Hold on. I may have to move real fast though, because by the time I go from here to there, it might cool off. So let me ease up. Let me ease up. I'm gonna try to get closer to the damn thing. I should have done it closer. Okay. Okay, go, 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 go. Oh shoot, it's working. It's working. Okay, it's working, it's working. Okay, I pushed it back some. I pushed it back some. It's just a little tiny little bump. Let me try it again. Okay. Gloves. Yeah. Well, I just gotta make sure my gloves don't I gotta make sure my gloves don't melt on my hand, right? Should have changed gloves. You're right, Brianne. Thank you. Brianne's always thinking about me. Thank you so much. Yeah, I should have used the thicker gloves, right? Okay, one last time. I think this should be it. Okay, and I'm gonna press it again. Press it in. Sweet. Oh my God. Man, look. Look, man. Thank you again, Brianne, for the glove thing. So yes, for those who need to see it this way, you see, it's pressed in, and you guys over here, it's pressed in. Okay, so we got that part done. We got a new handle on here. Okay, and we put this back in, and let's just try it one more time as a good little tester, because you know a lot of assumptions can and then all of a sudden, you know how many times, guys, I've had machines when I first opened up, and it happens sometimes, I'll be honest with you. You think it's fixed, call the people, pick it up, they take it home. A week later, something else is going on, and you missed something, or you didn't realize that something else was causing the thing you to be broken, right? So it's just good habits, but you learn that from making mistakes, okay? There's no, you know. All right, let me try it one more time. Turn it on. Let's see if it comes out gushing out. There you go. There you go. All right. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna hook everything back up, and then we're going to shampoo and see if it flushes in, because that was the problem before. It was only a little bit of water trickling in, and what you're looking for is a gush of, you know, water kind of gushing in. Okay. So I'm gonna pop this back in here, and for Hernandez, right? Hernandez, I'm gonna just kind of you something. I told everyone else already. When you're looking at this system here, the moment you put the water on, Hernandez, water is already down here right now, just waiting. Okay, this water here waits for me to press the trigger up top. Okay, so if your hose is spraying, okay, you know your tank is releasing water. That's the cue. The tank is releasing water if the hose is spraying. If your clean shot is spraying, the tank is releasing water. Okay? Let's flip it. If you have water coming down here, okay, and water coming out of the clean shot, but no water is coming out of your hose, that means something is happening with your pump, and that's how you eliminate. That's your process of elimination. Okay, let's do that one more time, because it could be a little bit like, there's a whole bunch of stuff you're saying. All right. So if I'm having a spray problem, if I'm having a leak problem, I always got to go to the source of the problem. If the leak is down here, most likely it's your stack. If you're having a leak, if your leak is up here somewhere, or if it's leaking over in a bubble in here, then yeah, you may have to just replace this. Okay, you know what I'm saying? If your leak is in the back, then it's probably your reservoir back here. Okay, or the valve. See how you just kind of follow the clues. Okay, but understanding the machine is important, and how the water flows. Now it's a gravity machine, so the water is gonna make its way down to here first. There are two valves in here, and one is dedicated to the hose and the stack, which is this little white thing, and the other one is dedicated to the floor. And the floor one is always just waiting for you to squeeze the trigger up top, and the hose is waiting down here for you to connect your hose, and that's how that works. Okay, so not having hose spray doesn't mean that this is not going to work. Okay, now if they're both not working, then yeah, you got a problem up here. If your clean shot and your hose is not spraying, the problem is definitely up top. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, the problem is up here. Okay, so that's why you want to check. Hey, is this spraying? Okay, if this is spraying, then my tank is fine. All right. Okay. All right. Now, let me hook up my hose. Is my hose spraying? Damn, my hose is not spraying. Shit, what the hell's happening? Well, if my hose is not spraying, then my pump is the problem. Okay, that's how you look at it. And sometimes the pump being a problem means it's a problem. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a pump problem. Sometimes it's a belt problem. You got to change this belt. And that's it, class. All right, so now let me hook this up. Let me try to shampoo, and let me see, get some water, and voila. If anyone have any questions before I go any further, let me know now. Let me see. Brienne, yeah, PP is key. I love that. Yeah, you're right. Proper, what is it again? Proper equipment. What's the other P for, Brienne? Because I know SO standard operating equipment. The PPE is proper protective equipment. Thank you. You see why I didn't get it? Because I wasn't thinking of protection. All you young men out there, listen, you got to think of protection. Don't forget. All right. Oh, wait till you get married. Boom. You guys like, what the hell is he talking about? What the hell is he talking about? All right, guys, let's put this back together, and let's finish this problem. All right, so while I'm doing this, Bree, I have one more for you. All right, let's see what I have one for you. I'm going to state competition today, Brian. I'm going to be leaving the shop early to go up to Winston-Salem at the JDL. So let me take this off of here. So to watch him compete at state, and he was a little nervous yesterday. And my advice to him, I asked him the time, right? I think it was, he's running the 1,000 and he's running 4x8, right? And I asked him his time. I forgot what he told me, but I said, so what's the top guy that you're going to be competing against, right? It was like 2 seconds more. I said, so really, Ethan, forget about winning the race like that, right? You just need 2 or 3 seconds. You need to be 3 seconds faster, right? And just focus on that. like break it down into controllable sections, almost like the way we do this. You know, it's like don't make the task seem so overwhelming. Like, oh my God, I gotta window. Just focus on being 3 seconds faster or 2 seconds faster, or whatever that number is. Just reduce it down to the simplest thing that you need to do. And I said to him, remember that saying that whatever, Chinese, Confucius, whatever. The road to 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Okay, all right. That could be just getting started. That can mean that, but it can also mean, instead of thinking of 1,000 miles, think of a single step. So it can also mean reducing the way you're looking at it down to the simple thing. What's the simplest thing I can accomplish in this, rather than thinking of it as such a big task, because it can be overwhelming and it'll demotivate you. You know, it'll get you so nervous that you choke up. You know what I mean? Oh gosh, what happened here, man? I didn't let this settle or something. Hold on, give me a second. Ooh, I see what I did. You know what? I'm glad this happened. That might sound silly, but I'm actually glad this happened. When you put this thing back together again, I'm on this side of the machine. What you don't notice is that this thing here, this white shaft, is a part of it, and it's a very important feature for this clean shot to work. Okay, and I missed that step. I missed a single step. Wasn't that what I was telling my son? I missed a single step. Hold on, let me just make sure everything is queued up properly back down here. Hold on, let me get all these screws out, because sometimes these screws can mess you up. Hold on, let me make sure everybody's in place. Give me a second. There you go. Everybody's in place? Good. All right, let's try this one more time. You missed that step. Oh my God. All right. Let me make sure everybody's settled. Is everybody settled? Is everybody settled? Let me try to recline it. Yeah? Yep, everybody settled? Hold on. Yep. Good. Let me lock in back here first. I'm gonna lock in the back first, next to the step ladder. Good. It stays up. Recline. Perfect. All right. Now I can put in the rest of the screws. Yep. Personal protective equipment. Thank you, Brianne. Personal protective equipment. PPE. PPE. Silly me. But thanks. But that's it, folks. Any other questions on these machines, I'll be more than happy to help, or any other machine. While I do this, I just want to test it one more time. That's really what I'm doing right now, to make sure that we solve the spray issue 100%. And then I can call and say, hey, it's ready. All right. This was a fun diagnostic. This was fun. It's never the same, right? There's always like a slightly different issue, a slightly different way to read it. Okay, so let's put this back on now. I put this on first, then we slide this guy in. Okay, then we put this guy on. And now we're back in business. All right. Let me get my dirty water tank. me get my original clean water tank. And let's just kind of swap out some of this water for a little bit. And then we're going to see if we get a nice good gush of water going in here to prove that this worked. Okay, because sometimes, honestly, again, it kind of work a certain way, and then, you know, it's frustrating, honestly. I mean, you think something is working, and then all of a sudden, it's not working. Here we go. Let's turn off this clean. Let's turn that off. Okay, let's go. No, let me turn it off. Okay. There we go. That's the gush I was looking for. That's the gush. That's what I was looking for right there. There you go. Woo! Yes! Excelente! Sweet! You know, it's funny. Yesterday I saw a video, right? I saw a video yesterday. Hold on, give me a second. Folks. Okay. I saw a video yesterday where a guy was showing how to convert a laptop charger into an iPhone, you know, what's the C cable charger that a lot of new phones come with, and he had this little, I forgot the name of the reduction. It reduced the voltage, and guys were like, oh, you mean to tell me I could have saved, for me to do this, I could have saved trouble by just going and get me, you know, a charger at the dollar store. And, you know, he did it for the jokes. And I get the comment. But then that charger, you probably don't have to buy another charger for a long time with what he just made, you know, that little charger hack he made, you know. So yeah, somebody may say, yeah, well, damn, you could have saved us all that time if you had just replaced the handle. But if you don't understand the process of problem solving this thing, someone could have just bought a handle guessing what the problem is, and you know, then you get it, then it's still doing the job or whatever. You don't know. You want to make sure that you know exactly what's causing it. So that's why I go through these long troubleshooting things. Because if the problem, if we saw the problem in the first part of the troubleshooting, and let's say I thought it was a tank, we would have stopped right there, and the tank is the problem. We replace the tank, we're done. See that? The next step, I think I was testing the trigger. If the trigger was like loose, then I would have just replaced the handle already. No hesitation if the trigger was loose. But this trigger isn't loose. The trigger isn't broken. The trigger is complete. So, and most of the time when the trigger breaks, is this piece right here. One of these ends would crack, and so it's just like, you know, it has no tension. So I'm not sure what's causing this thing not to do, especially because it was working before for her. So I don't even have an answer for that. I don't even know why it stopped performing the way it once did. You know. Hold on, I gotta push this off. Holy shit! You know what could have happened? No, I pulled it out. You know what could have happened though, honestly? I noticed that a side of this is easier to go in than the other. Like the other side is really hard to go in. But I don't think so. I pulled this out. and when I pushed it, it wasn't dropping out. It wasn't like falling out. So I think I'm push this out. So I can see. Yeah, I'm the one that pulled this out. But sometimes it's a trigger like this. Sometimes it's not about the solution, it's about the process. Most of the time, Brianne, it is about the process. I will say most of the time it's the process. You know, my old distributor used to tell me, follow the program, right? Put pressure on the process. Okay, he would say that a lot. Follow the program, put all the pressure on the process. Like work the process to deliver the results. Okay, but if you're not working the process, then you can't complain about the results. You know, and you're right. Just like you told me earlier about the protective equipment, that's part of a process of safety, right? And so if something happened, right, you know, you didn't follow the process, bro. So yes, you know, I didn't get hurt, but then yeah, someone could be follow behind me if I'm teaching someone to do this in the shop, and I don't change gloves, and they also don't change gloves, and they can possibly get hurt doing it with that process, right? So you know, but the process is the key, and you're right. And I'm not ashamed or afraid of taking correction on stuff, especially if I know I slipped up. I'm here moving 1,000 miles a minute on this stuff, thinking about the screen, thinking about this and all that stuff. So I know I'm the one that slipped on that one. You know, that's not for anybody else. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. All right. I look for any more, and then I think that's it. Me and Brianne is hanging out here. It's not. I'm not okay with just knowing the answer. I need to know why that's the answer. Yep. I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna sign off on this, right? There's certain things I learned in school, right, and by people around me about, it could be history, it could be, you know, that, you know, why people are in this condition, etc. And you believe a lot of things just because it was told to you a certain way. And it was told to you a certain way. And if you don't actually ask or dig in to things or see things from another perspective on your own. One guy had mentioned that most people's thoughts are not their own. The thoughts that they have are put into their head by someone else. So he says it's very rare for people to have an actual original thought, right? And I thought about that. I said, holy cow, man, that is so true. It is very rare for people to actually have an actual original thought. Okay? So a lot of us are trained to just hear things and assume things. And the moment I started looking into things and understanding why and understanding, you know, how did this happen, then I got a totally different look at American history and the way things happen. And I was like, oh my God. You've been taught to look at it through this lens. And you were taught to ignore certain facts. And you were sold on a proposition that may not be true. Right? And so until you dig in to find out the whys and stuff, you'll be stuck in that same place. And that's where the frame of mind I have today about certain things is the way it is. And a lot of people that I know, a lot of family members, etc., may not think the way I do on these things. But they also didn't go and walk the path that I walked to get the understanding I got, so I can, and not that my understanding is some elevated or something, it's just that me personally, the way I'm seeing the world through the glasses I have, right? The reason I have this set of glasses to see the world is because I went through a process of seeking knowledge and asking the whys, and then I found out, and I was like, oh, well, get out of here. Are you kidding me? Well, hell no. No. No, you've been playing me all this time. So yes, Brianne, I agree with you. Definitely, you gotta dig deep, and you have to find out why. You have to go through the process, and you have to see how things play out, and then and that's that. All right, guys. Brianna, you are the best. Thank you for hanging with me today. Um, hey, something should be showing up today, so look out for that. All right, something should be popping in today. Because you're part of the backpack. And listen, if it's me and you, yeah, if it's me and you on this like this, no, we can recruit a posse. Hey, come on in. All right, come on down. Right, and I'm cool with that too, man. I'm cool with that as long as we keep this thing rolling. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Stay positive. All right, I'm gonna get ready and go, Ethan. All right, so I'm just closing out that other stream there. Yeah, so let me tell you where it is. Let me see if I can track. Can I? Let me see if I can track this thing. Give me a second. Hold on. My God, I gotta come up with some more T-shirt designs. I haven't been on that site in a while, and I honestly I didn't even dive in too deep. I wish I did on a lot more designs. So I'm gonna have to like cut. I have to purposely cut some time out for myself to do artwork, and just stay in the, stay fluid, and just create stuff because. Just go, deliver here and pick up customer here, do this, do that, shipment here, all that stuff got my brain only focused on like this, and I haven't been honing my skills in a while. So I gotta go back to designing some merch and stuff like that, and the skateboard decks. I just really do want to get into that more than I am right now. Let me show you what I created last night. Well, not created, but printed. This is my last night. Print. Is that cool? Oh man, I like the stuff I saw. Did you write me back? I wonder. Let me look at this thing. Those things you shared with me. Let me see if I can find them. I'm trying to find out if they were individually colored, like you put in different filaments, or did you paint them? Let me see if you wrote that. I think you did. Okay. But they can be made though, right? Damn, are you kidding me? Oh my God, that's time consuming. Wow, that's serious commitment. Wow, that's time consuming. You did awesome. Let me see if I can pull this up. Can I pull this up? Hold on. Can't see. Yeah, well, no one else can see it. It's all right. No sweat. But yeah, let me check on that. Let me check on that real quick. All right. I was just on the site, man. I was just on the site, and I just got off the site for some reason. History. Okay. I'm just trying to find something out. No one else is up. I don't know if anybody else is there. They're like, "What the hell are they talking about? What are they doing?" Nah, this is just us jamming right now. If someone passed through, peace. This is just jamming right now, man. Oh man, like what's the content? What are you guys talking about? All right, here we go. Let me see if I can find this thing. Boom. Bam. Oh, it's out for delivery. So keep an eye out. All right? Keep an eye out. The Minnie Mouse was 438 pieces. Oh my gosh. Wow. No, you're good. You're positive. Hey, Dennis. Dennis said, "What's up?" Yeah. That's yes. That's a special person. That reminds me of the people that can work on circuit boards. Okay, I mean, I know now they have, I guess, robotics and AI stuff that can. But imagine before AI, right, and before any kind of robotic arm or something, someone had to stay there with the little soldering iron and the little soldering thing and just and get the little tweezers and put the stuff in place and I'm like, man, dude, respect to you, bro, because people ask me how do I take time and do these, and it takes. I know how long it takes just to get a lip shade, the right shade using pencil, right? Markers, I'm not, I'm okay. I'm not as good as you on markers, but I know how long it takes. So to do stuff like that, you need to be very still. You need to still your mind, and that takes that's incredible. You're the tweezer. You're the tweezer. Yeah, my fingers are like gigantic, man. Oh, Truth is there. Hey, what's up, man? Truth is still in the house. I love that name, man. That's what's up. What did that name come from? What's the motivation behind that? Like Brianna kept it easy. She was like, this Brianna. Just call him by my name. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Keeps my mind steady. But I do them while we're watching TV together. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of my drawing, I would do, like, is this one of them? Yep, this is one of the pencils that I use. Karan Archie. I love these. I love these pencils. They're Swiss pencils. I love these guys. I haven't taken care of the pencils that properly, honestly, since I kind of put it down a little bit. But it would take me like, if let's say I'm drawing an eye or something, and I'll start and I do it in layers. So I'm starting with, this is an F. So I might start with something like this, okay? And then I would layer up to, let's say, let's say you have H, HB, you have B, right? You have B2, like 2B, you have 3B, 4. You don't have to really go all the way up to 4 and 5B a lot of the times, right? I'll be honest, if you get to 3B, that's probably dark enough for a lot of pictures, right? But I layer, I take my time and layer it up, because if I have an error, it's easy to erase one of these light pencils here, and then I could look at it again and make sure it's right, and make sure that there's a freckle here, and and take my time. And I use the stroke that that I learned. I have 2 different types of strokes I use, but it's time consuming, right? I have 2 different types of strokes I use when I'm drawing. One is more like a very circular. One is a very circular. When I'm doing like here, or if I want to have stubbles or something like that. But the other is just very light, and I'm just gonna do this. Just take my time and let it build up. And you'd be surprised that just doing this, eventually the lines disappear. But it takes a long time. So this is my tweezer moments, This is the moments when I'm just like, but this may take hours. and then I get another level pencil, and then I'll do it again. Sometimes I don't need to cross hatch. You know, there's sometimes I don't need to cross hatch. Sometimes, really, I'm just slowly doing this. And there are times when the cross hatching really I need to do it for some parts of the picture. You know? And I'm gonna show you in a second. I'm gonna bring it closer to the camera. But I don't do this. I don't go like zaga, 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 zaga. I'm just strip, 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 drop, 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 like that, and bring it down. And then eventually, it's you know, I don't have time to build it up, but it'll get to where I can build it up. So a lot of guys would do this, right? They'll put stuff down, and that's fine too. And then they'll rub it in to give the thing. But then what you're doing is you're filling in a lot of the pores. Okay? So then you don't get the stubble, right? For the beard, if I want to give him stubbles. Then if you want to give him stubbles, then you're going to have to let it look like skin. So if you let it look like skin, it has to have the ups and downs in the paper, and all the papers have the ups and downs. So it takes a long time for me to do this. So like drawing Jeter here to get those stubbles, it took forever, you know. Truth. I know. So backstory, really, I just like the sound of it. Okay, Truth, man, that's what's up, Truth. You just can't sit still. This is what I get. Truth. I've been trying so hard for grass. It gets so frustrating. Yeah, it can. You know, like, cause it's really for grass. Other guys are like, I thought this was about fixing vacuums. What are you guys doing? Yeah, right. That's right. Not the burnishing too soon. Right. Yes. Because if I burnish this, I wish I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it in the You might not be able to see it in the you might not be able to see it in the camera, but if I burnish this, right, the little stubbles right there for the beard wouldn't show up. You've probably seen the reflection of the phone, but so the stubbles would not show up if I had did that. If I use my finger for that. So these are all strokes to create the illusion of a 5 o'clock shadow. But that takes hours upon hours. So my tweezer moments are those moments doing that. And that's it. But for some reason, sometimes it don't translate over to other things. It don't translate over to like I don't know, I might fix a machine and because I'm rushing, I'm dropping my pen and I'm like, all right, Wayne, slow down. You know, you gotta slow down. I can slow down for that. But I don't quite slow down for this stuff sometimes, and I have to kind of back up. That's why I do 10 checks. because if you know, so you have to know yourself, right? And you know your shortcomings, and that's where if I had slowed down earlier, I would have stopped. I would have looked under, get my glove, go to the back. Hold on, where's it at? You know, would have grabbed one of these guys, and you know, go through that. But then you know, so you know what your shortcomings are, and sometimes you got to get burned to learn your lesson. All right, guys, I'm out of here, and I think I'm done. You love burnishing. Most of my color pencils are so shiny. Well, okay, that's cool. That's cool. You know what? I might. My color pencils, my blending, I just use tissue. I use tissue, the bathroom tissue, right? So I blend a lot of my color pencils that way, and then I use. You know what? I remember trying to come up with that name for you, and I couldn't find it again. Hold on. Terpenoid. That's it. Terpenoid. That's what I was trying. That's what I was trying to remember. That's the name of the stuff I use to blend. It's an odorless kind of turpentine style thing, and I dip a little Q-tip in it. And when I want to bleed my colors together, the way you do with markers, or all painting would do, is I would do that with color pencil with wax, okay, and it blends it together. That's how I do it. I use terpenoid, so I use a little bit of tissue, but then when I'm seeing too much of a difference and I need to blend better, the terpenoid would just bleed the colors into each other. So that's the name I couldn't think of, man. Terpenoid. Yeah. Blend. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. No, you did. That's good. That's a good job. I just happen to I just like doing it that way, and it's always worked for me. And we have so many different techniques. Nah, I'm fine. Don't you worry. I'm leaving at 1 o'clock. I'll see you guys later. Gotta go. I know it's a long thing. I don't care. I mean, who's gonna mess with me. What my boss gonna do? My boss gonna be pissed at me? I'll talk to you later, man. You guys stay positive.